So you're separating, or maybe you're thinking about separating, or maybe your partner just dropped the "we need to talk" bomb, and now you're spiraling out of control. You're on Google, it's 2 a.m. and you're trying to figure out what happens next. Wherever you're at, I'll do my best to try and help. My name's Haider, a lawyer, former Olympian, and professional explainer of confusing legal stuff in a way that actually makes sense. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to know when separating or getting a divorce in Australia. We'll quickly cover parenting arrangements, splitting assets, and what to look for in a good family lawyer. Let's break it down. First things first, separating isn't just a legal decision, it's a personal one, it's emotional, it's stressful, and yes, sometimes it's messy. And when it comes to the law, the court doesn't deal in heartbreak, it deals in facts, documents, and timelines. The more calmly and clearly you can make decisions, the faster and cheaper this will all be for you. You don't need to file for separation, but you do need to make it clear. There's no form or official stamp or anything like that to show that you are separated. You just need to clearly communicate to your partner that the relationship is over and you're no longer living together as a couple, even if you are still living together under the same roof. The date of separation is really important. It starts the clock ticking for things like when you can apply for a divorce or deadlines for a property settlement. So don't guess the date, write it down, save it for next time, it will come in handy. So this one trips people up all the time. Divorce and property settlements are two separate things. You can be separated for years and never get divorced, or you can divide your property settlement before you're even divorced. So there are two separate processes and two separate things. It's a little bit confusing, I know. Divorce is the legal end of the marriage. A property settlement is dividing up your property, your money, your assets and debts. So don't wait until you're divorced to sort the finances. In fact, the sooner you get it sorted, the better. Now, if there are children involved, the question that the courts are going to consider is what is in the best interest of the child? Between the two of you, you'll need to decide who the child will live with, when they're able to spend time with the other parent, and how you'll both make big decisions like schooling, religion, medical decisions. And this can be done by way of a parenting plan between yourselves or getting parenting orders from the court if needed. The court generally encourages parents to try and make decisions by themselves and will go for a shared parental responsibility position as opposed to a sole parental responsibility unless there's violence or risk of harm to the kids. So if you're already fighting about who gets the kids on Christmas Day, now's a great time to pause, take a breath, and get some guidance. If you're able to agree as to what's going to happen with the kids, you can formalize it by way of consent orders. This means you don't even have to step foot in a court and you can finalize an agreement that's legally enforceable. And on that note, here's a fun fact. Going to court is expensive, slow, and emotionally exhausting. You can resolve almost everything without going to court. This can be done through mediation, negotiation, with lawyers, without lawyers, consent orders. So you should be thinking about court as a last resort. It is certainly not the first step, and if you can avoid it, you'll be saving money, time, and a whole lot of stress with a lawyer who will help you negotiate, not one who's just itching to get into a fight. A good family lawyer won't make things worse. When choosing a lawyer, don't just Google family lawyer near me and pick the first result with a person that's wearing a suit. Look for someone who explains things clearly and listens to your goals, not just tells you what you should want to hear, but actually listens and tells you what you need to hear. They should be focusing on solutions rather than fighting, giving you a realistic expectation as to what outcomes are possible for you. And please avoid lawyers who say, "We'll destroy them in court." You're hiring someone to help you move forward. You're not hiring a hitman. And that's why it's important to get legal advice early, even if it's just a one-off. You don't need to sign a contract for life with your lawyer, and even one appointment with a good family lawyer early on can give you clarity on your rights and a plan for your next step. I can't tell you how many people have come to us after they've signed a dodgy agreement, transferred assets, or done things under pressure, or when they're confused and then we have to clean it up. One conversation could have saved months of chaos later. Separation is hard, but it doesn't have to be ugly. It's tempting to fight, to dig in and say, "I want everything." But the truth is, separation is a life transition. It's not a war, and your kids are watching. The faster you can work through it fairly and respectfully, the better chance you have at rebuilding your life with confidence and calm. You've got options and the support is out there. Whether you want full representation or just a little help with paperwork, the right support makes all of the difference. And at our law firm, we help everyday people going through separation and divorce with smart strategy, clear advice, and zero nonsense. We've helped thousands of people protect what matters, their children, their finances, and their future. So if you're separating or thinking about it, don't try to figure this out alone. Subscribe to this channel, drop a comment with a question, and if you're ready to get legal advice you can actually understand, reach out to us. We're here to help you move on not break down. Thanks for watching, and remember, separation might be the end of a chapter, but it doesn't have to be the end of your story.